show. Please make some noise, give it up for Jimmy Putnam.
Thank you very much, Dusty. How you guys doing? I was a little depressed about 12 minutes ago when I learned that I'm apparently the second fattest comedian on this show. I used to be a lot lower on that list. It's a little sad, but 38, it happens. I gotta tell a quick story, guys, about this mic stand. If you notice how this mic stand works, you grip the handle up here and it moves it up and down. There's an open mic in Lincoln at a bar called Duffy's. I've been going there every Monday for 3 years. Yeah, Duffy's. It's great. They have this same mic stand. We were at a show there a couple of months ago, and there was a comedian on stage, and she was just couldn't figure out how to work the mic stand, was wrestling with it, like twisting it, trying to pull on it, push. I couldn't figure out how to make this thing go up and down. And one of the newer comedians comes up behind me and he whispers in my ear, "She doesn't know how to use the mic stand. She doesn't understand the grippy thing at the top." And that was when I learned how that mic stand worked. 3 fucking years I've been wrestling with it. None of the other comics told me, so. It's been a pretty sad time, guys, for me. I'm heading out of town on Monday night to visit my mom in the hospital. She has cancer. Sucks. She actually has cancer in the very worst place you can have cancer, Kansas. Yeah, turns out you need science to fight cancer. They are short on that. It's really a good news, bad news situation when we found out. The doctor said, the good news is breast cancer is 99% survivable now. We're like, okay, awesome, cool. And then he said, now open your hymnals to page 47. That is not a good sign. We need to go out of state. Being from Kansas is messed up, guys. Talking about science to a Kansan is like setting off firecrackers near a cat. They don't understand what's happening. They just get really scared because they know God is mad. I'm not super into it. I'm from there. Hey, yeah, I understand. My mom didn't actually tell me that she had cancer for like a week after she found out because I had a comedy show and she didn't want to ruin it for me.
She's a good mom.
She's a great mom. That's like, whatever Nebraska nice is, that's beyond that, but like around to where it's now hurting me. Like that was messed up. That's just how our family is though. They play that stuff kind of close to the vest in a really weird way. Like, I didn't find out I was Jewish till I was in my 30s. It didn't tell us. My grandmother passed away, and we were going through her stuff and found a Star of David with her maiden name Stavitsky on it, and that's when I learned I was a different ethnicity than I thought. That's a thing that can happen to you in your 30s, guys. You can suddenly find out you're Jewish. And it was a little unsettling, but I'm dealing with it. Right? You guys are on board. Where my Jews at? Fail. We don't answer those types of questions. One person here has not learned the lessons that I am learning about our people. When a skinhead with a microphone yells, "Where are the Jews?" Just no reason to go volunteering information. Only once. Apparently there was an incident. So don't say that anymore. Yeah, it's okay. Where are we at with this election? Are we tired of it yet? Does anybody still care?
No.
No, right? Like, I didn't care from the beginning, but like, I've never been into politics, I don't know anything about politics, and now finally everyone's on board with me. It's a good feeling. It's weird, I'm not used to it, but I don't know anything about politics. Here's what I know about politics. people name their kids after the president. That's a thing. Like the president's name is always one of the most popular baby names. I was born in 1978, my name's Jimmy. The president in 1978 was Jimmy Carter. That's how it works, right? So like, I was kind of rooting for Bernie Sanders just because I wanted to live in a world with a bunch of babies named Bernie. Like that would be fun. Kind of a cute thing, you know. So I was a little upset about that, but I'm like, I don't care if he's the president. I just thought the baby thing would be adorable. Like, if Hillary Clinton is our next president, there'll be a bunch of babies named Hillary. And if Donald Trump is the next president, there'll be a bunch of babies named, like, racist dipshit Weinstein or whatever. Should I have gone the other way on that? I get a feeling for this crowd. There'll be a bunch of boys named Donald and a bunch of little girls named Thine Deceiver. I don't know. I'm ripping here, people. I don't have a right one for that. Comstocks. Gotta remember to read my audience. I think the greatest trick that the Republican Party ever pulled was convincing us to refer to the Republicans by the formal last name, like Mr. Cruz, Mr. Trump, Dr. Carson. And the Democrats by the informal first name, Bernie, Hillary. How did that catch on? Like, we just let that happen as a country. That's still how political coverage is presented to us right now. It's Hillary versus Trump. That's insane to me. I think it would have been a completely different election if it had been like Mr. Sanders and Mrs. Clinton against Donnie and Ted, right? Feel a lot differently about them then. Even the people who hate Obama still refer to him as thanks Obama, like they used to use his last name, you know? That doesn't mean anything. I should care about politics. I'm 38. I'm supposed to know about politics right now, but I've never, as I've gotten older, I've cared the same none. But I have gained weight and climbing up that fattest comedian on show scale. I'm up to 260 pounds now, which isn't, yeah, okay. It's weird, but all right. I mean, you gotta win at something, right? Taking a silver at eating, I guess, so that's fine. And that's not really that bad. Like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel super fat. It's just when I get on a scale and I see 260 pounds, you start doing that weird kind of math where I'm like, oh man, like that's the same weight as one complete attractive couple. Like, right? Or like both of the Comstock's kids, right? Like Jack and Jordan, probably both of them. Still not 260. I don't know. Inside joke. I've had bad habits. I've caught myself watching Orange is the New Black like it was a cooking show. The show that takes place in a women's prison, and I'm like learning like all about my like they're always eating like microwave mac and cheese and ramen noodles. And I was like, ah, shit, it's my favorite food, prison food? That sucks. That sucks. But I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, you can make ramen noodles inside its own packaging with just like a lighter. That's like incredible. That's gonna save me so much time. I don't have to turn on this stuff. Oh, lesbian sex, fast forward. I don't feel good about that, guys. I just went to Denver, Colorado, and Denver, Colorado is a beautiful city. I was the fattest person in it, and it was upsetting. It was really crazy, like a bunch of thin, beautiful people. Because I'm used to being a Nebraska medium, like pretty average for Nebraska. Wow, that's the one where we went wrong. Okay, all right. It's just that now I'm in Nebraska, like heavyweight, right? Okay, let's try something else. When you're 38 years old, you will get invited to your 20-year high school reunion. That's a thing that happens. It happened to me this year, I didn't go. My friends decided the way they wanted to get the old gang back together is they were going to play a prank on our friend Sarah. And that prank was going to be, we're all going to send her dick pics. And I was like, no, don't do that. That's a crime. And my friend was like, come on, man, I thought you were supposed to be some kind of comedian now. It's funny, it's a joke. And I had to explain to a bunch of men in their 30s that you can't commit crimes ironically. You're just committing the crime and then laughing about it. Which is even weirder. That's like, you know who commits crimes because he thinks they're funny? The Joker. That's who does that. That's what you're doing right now. Why? Like, until Batman stops him. Why is that your idea of a prank? Where does that end? Is the next step like, oh, you guys, we totally murdered our friend Brian, but like, as a joke. Oh, we got him so good. You should have seen the look on his stupid, murdered face. Now and forever frozen in a pale mask of terror. Go to my Instagram and search #FunnyDeadBrian. Next week we're gonna invade Poland as a joke. No, it's not. It's always back to the Jewish stuff, guys. Who's over 38 here? Anybody else? Are you guys still in touch with music? Have you been able to maintain that? I haven't. I wish I could. I lost touch somewhere along the way, and I don't know where it happened. Just suddenly I was listening to the radio, and like pop music stopped meaning anything to me. And then I read this study that said music is marketed to 12-year-olds. That's the target demographic of record companies. I was like, okay, that's why it doesn't mean anything to me. It's not for me. It's for 12-year-olds. Didn't always used to be like that. When I was 12, our music was awesome and deep and soulful and meaningful, and it molded us into the people we are today. And to prove it, I looked up the #1 hit song in the country from when I was 12, and there it was, Me So Horny by 2 Live Crew. So I was right. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. I've been Jimmy Putnam. You guys have been fantastic.
Keep it going for Jimmy Putnam.